In the last video, I showed you how to make this very simple part. In this video, I want to take it a step further and show you some of the more advanced tools that Solidworks has to offer. So I'm going to come up here to the top left-hand side and click on this page icon. It's going to bring up this new Solidworks document window, and I want to click on Part because I want to make a new part, and I'm going to hit OK. So now we're back to a brand new part, and what I want to do is make another sketch on the top plane. So I'm going to right click and come up here and click Sketch. So now we're in a new sketch. You could also hit New Sketch from the top left. So now what I'm going to do is select the center rectangle as we did before. Click on the origin and drag it out. Now I'm going to click to create this square and hit OK. And I want to come up here again to Smart Dimension so I could dimension my square. I'm going to drag out a dimension 1 inch, OK, by another inch, OK. And now I have my square. So in the last video, part 1, I showed you how to do an extrusion. To do that, we would go to the Features tab, which is right here, and I would hit Extruded Boss Base. In this video, I want to show you a different technique to doing an extrusion. And you're going to, hopefully at the end of this, understand why doing a swept boss is better than doing an extruded boss, what the differences are, and why you would want to use one over the other. So let's get into it. As you can see, I created this sketch on the top plane, so I can rotate my sketch accordingly, and you can see that it's on the top plane. So there are two other planes, as we know, which I covered in the first video, and they all intersect each other at the origin. I want to select the right plane. The right plane is perpendicular to the top plane, and my sketch is on the top plane. So what I'm going to do now is make a sketch on the right plane, and it's going to be connected to this origin point. So let me go click on the right plane, go back to the Sketch tab. I'm going to exit the sketch I'm in and start a new sketch on the right plane. Now I'm going to come up here, and instead of selecting center rectangle, I'm going to select line. You can also just hit L as a shortcut on the keyboard. So I'm going to click on the origin point, and I'm going to drag up and click, right click. Okay, now I'm out of that. And as you can see, I can size this however I'd like. I can come up here, make a smart dimension, and I want this to be 1 inch. So I'm going to hit 1 and hit OK. OK. So now we have a line that's connected to the origin, and it's perpendicular to the square that I made. So that's what I want. And I'm just going to hit OK. So now I want this to become 3D. I'm going to come up to the Features tab, because that's the tab that we go to when we want to make our 2D sketches a 3D object. And as you can see, Extruded Boss Base is not selected. Now, you'll see that the Swept Boss Base is visible, and it's possible to use it. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to select the square as my profile, and this second box I'm going to click the path. And as you can see, the software has created a preview of my shape. So I'm not going to open up any of these other options right now. I'm just going to hit OK. And you could see that I've created a cube the same way that I created the cube in the part 1 video. You can see that I just did it in a different way. Instead of doing the extruded boss base, as you could see up here on the top left, I did a swept boss base. And I'm going to show you now the difference. If I come over to that second sketch I made, that perpendicular line, I'm going to edit that sketch. You can just right click and edit the sketch. And now I'm going to make this, I'm going to delete this line. So let me delete that. And I'm going to change that line to actually be an arc instead of a straight line. So I'm going to click on the origin again. I'm going to come drag this out, click. OK, now I'm going to just click one more time and I'm going to hit OK. And we're going to exit the sketch. And as you can see, Solidworks has already rebuilt my 3D model in order to sweep my square profile along the curve I made instead of the line. And if I go back and edit the sketch one more time, I can delete this line again, and I can come up here and select something different, even a spline. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to click here, and I'm going to create a few points, and I'm just going to create this spline using this. And when I exit, you're going to see that SolidWorks has generated my shape once again. And so what you're doing when you create a swept boss is you're not just extruding your profile. You're not just extending the 2D shape of your profile as you would in an extruded boss base. What you're doing is creating a second sketch that serves as a guide, and this guide allows you to sweep your profile. That's why it's called swept, to sweep your original 2D shape along this rail. There's one more feature that I want to show you how to do in this video. So I'm going to come up here to the top left and click on the Features tab. And I'm going to show you now how to do a revolved boss base. This is, of course, different than the extruded boss base or the swept boss base that we've gone over. So the same way that I needed a second sketch for the swept boss base is the same way that I need a second sketch for the revolved boss base. Except for the swept boss base, we needed two sketches. I had a sketch 1 and a sketch 2. But that's not true for the revolved boss base. It's actually a little bit simpler. So let me show you an example. I'm going to go back to my sketch tab, and I'm going to click on sketch 1 and edit this sketch. And my second sketch is actually going to be all in sketch 1. I'm going to go up here and create a line, and I'm going to place that line right here. So why did I just do that? The reason why I place this line is because if I'm going to do a revolve, I need to place a line so that I know where my profile is going to revolve around. This line marks the center of rotation for this closed shape. So if I rotate my sketch, I could actually show you, and you can imagine that this profile is going to revolve about this axis. So let me come back here to the datum and look normal to my sketch. And I'm going to place a dimension now using Smart Dimension between the axis and the sketch. I'm going to make that 1 inch. I'm going to hit OK. And that's good. So now I'm going to come up to the Features tab, and I'm going to create my revolved boss base. So the first thing that's selected here is the axis of rotation. I'm going to come here and click on it. This is my axis of rotation. This is my line. And I'm going to deselect thin feature. I don't want that. We'll go over that at another time. But for now, I'm just going to do a very simple revolve feature. The second thing I'm going to select is the contour. And you could see here that they have a little icon of a closed shape. That's because that's what they're asking for. My closed shape is this. And if I hover over to my closed shape, it's going to light up. So I'm going to hit OK. And as you could see, Solidworks has come up with a preview of my Revolve. So that's what I want. I'm going to hit OK. And that's my Revolve. My profile has been revolved about this axis. So here's the fun thing. I can go back and edit my sketch. And if I change this dimension to be, say, 2 inches and hit OK, my model is going to update accordingly. See, now my Revolve is larger because my center of rotation, my axis, is further away from my profile. And the further I make this dimension, the further away my profile moves from my center axis, the larger this is going to get. And that's the Revolved Boss Base tool in a nutshell.